man. What another beautiful week of football, man. It's safe to say you never know which team is going to win this at this point. Anything can happen, man. Anything can happen. But before we start the show, I'd like to introduce you guys to my lovely colleagues. First, to my friend over there, Tony, that's playing with the light. How you doing there, buddy?
I'm okay. How are you?
Okay, that's good to hear. And we got my good friend over there, David. How you doing over there, buddy?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing lovely. And we got my good friend over there, John Paul. How you doing there, buddy?
I'm good, man.
You doing good? You doing good after a 1 week win?
Oh, absolutely. I come back strong, though.
Yeah. Man, oh man. What? So many upsets. Let's go with the first upset that happened this week. Kansas City Chiefs versus the Denver Broncos. Denver Broncos, I don't know how, came out and pulled the upset. Tony, what do you think out of this game for Kansas City, man?
Taylor Swift wasn't at the game.
Yes, she was.
Yeah.
No, she wasn't.
No, she wasn't. She wasn't at the game.
I mean, KC was due for a loss, and
Yeah.
you probably thought they were a lot better than Denver than they really were, and Denver came out and smacked them in the mouth.
Yep.
Okay. John Paul, what do you think over there, buddy?
The game wasn't in Kansas City. Plain and simple. When they play away from Kansas City, no offense, listen, and I've said this enough. They almost lost to the Jets, all right, and they played the Jets at MetLife. They almost lost. Who else did they lose to that they played away? They don't play very well away, and their secondary, honestly, too, is very shaky. Their secondary is very shaky, and I'll tell you right now, Russell Wilson threw all over them. And he ran everywhere. Patrick Mahomes couldn't get away, and I loved it. I love watching it happen.
Okay. David, what do you think over there, buddy?
I could care less about the game, but it was in Denver. Denver has that altitude. Maybe Kansas City couldn't get used to it. I don't know. They're due for a loss, but I could care less. Denver stinks, and KC's good. Point blank.
Gotcha. It's funny. It's funny. You know the crazy part is that the Broncos snapped the 16 games to win the Chiefs had against them. Kansas City won 16 in a row against them. That was the first time they beat them after 16 games. Man, oh man. But I gotta say, Kansas City, you can't win games with that many turnovers y'all did. Y'all fumbling the ball on punt returns, on kick returns. Well, he's fumbling the ball, Mahomes. You can't do that. When you fumble the ball so many times, the team's eventually gonna catch up with you guys. But what can you say? Man? Now let's go over to Seattle Seahawks, man. Seattle Seahawks came with the victory that I almost caught a heart attack during that game, and they picked up Leonard Williams. David, how big do you think that move was for Seattle, picking up Leonard Williams, getting from the Giants?
Big. That's the only piece they're missing right now is that defensive tackle run stopper. So, I mean, for them, I think it's good. I'm surprised they didn't try getting Dexter Lawrence instead, but still a good pick for the Seahawks for them. They need it. They're pretty good on offense. Offensive line is just okay. They need defense, and they got their D tackle run stopper.
Okay. Tony, this affected you a lot because it's your Giants team. How do you think this move is gonna be good for Seattle? Picking up Leonard Williams from the Giants.
Leonard Williams has played like shit this year. Have him.
Okay. Tony, John Paul.
I think it was a good pickup for Seattle to get Leonard Williams.
I mean, we got two nice picks out of it.
I honestly thought the Giants were going to go when I saw that, because that was the first one I saw Monday morning. When I saw that, I was like, "Ooh, boy, the Giants are going to get rid of a lot of people." And I was waiting for like Saquon to be dropped. I was waiting for a couple guys to be dropped. I mean, granted, do I think they were going to give away Saquon? No, because I think from here on out, he's probably going to be a majority of that offense. But, oh, man, I thought it was going to be close. I thought it was going to be very close.
So the Giants actually traded away Adoree Jackson. They just didn't get it in before the 4 o'clock close off.
Who did they trade?
Adoree Jackson, but it didn't happen.
Oh, wow.
I know they've been
trying to. I know the Lions wanted him.
Yeah, the 49ers closed on it, and the Giants didn't get it in before the 4 o'clock close off.
49ers got Chase Young now, so
we gotta get there. We're gonna talk about now. Before we get to the Niners, don't worry, I'm gonna get there. Let's talk about the Niners Jets game, man. This is probably one of the worst games ever.
The who?
Sorry, my fault. The Jets and the Giants. The Jets
Oh.
and Giants. Sorry, guys. The Jets and Giants. This is probably one of the worst games I've ever seen in my life.
Agreed.
I don't know. What can you say about this? John Paul, the Jets win. I know you're happy. But what do you think about this whole game?
I really can't say I was happy. I mean, granted, yeah, they won. But this game was very sloppy. Very sloppy in the Jets end. This was a very, very defensive game. I think the Giants have figured out their defense, and they're going to play a lot better defensively. The Jets' defense is still who they are, easily top 3 or 4 in the league. But the Giants let that game go, if I can say it myself as a Jets fan. The Giants let that game go. Graham Gano missed 2 kicks. I mean, granted, a lot of people were saying, oh, you were going up against a third-string quarterback and this, and that. But no offense, as a Jets fan watching that game, and my brother can attest to it because we were actually both watching it at the same time together. Before Tyrod Taylor got hurt, the Giants weren't really moving the ball that much anyway. You know what I mean? So a lot of people were like, well, if Tyrod Taylor was there, it could have been a different story. I said, well, no offense, you guys didn't move the ball with Tyrod Taylor. So, I mean, for me, it was a very, very sloppy game. And honestly, the Jets did deserve to lose that game. They didn't deserve to win. But at the end of the day, I mean, time is usually on your side, which is nice. You know what I mean? I mean, Zach Wilson had a very crappy game. Came out, he threw 2 great passes to get them within field goal range. And I mean, you have Greg Zuerlein, who's still a great kicker, and he wound up making those 2 field goals, especially the one in overtime to beat the Giants. But I'll give the Giants a lot of credit. That defense played very, very well, very well. And I hope, because I am going to take them this week when we get to our picks. I hope they beat Las Vegas with the fact that Las Vegas is basically getting rid of everybody and sitting Jimmy G. So we'll see about that.
Okay, we're gonna get there. We're gonna get there to Las Vegas.
We're gonna get there.
We're gonna get there. We gotta get there, buddy. We gotta take one game at a time. One game at a time. Tony, what do you think out of this game, buddy?
So I take a bunch of things. I'm going to say something at the end that my brother's not going to like, but a lot of people have been saying it. So, I saw it. I said it during the game, and I said maybe I'm out of my mind and I didn't see something. But, let's start with the positives. The positives are our defense is fucking amazing. Excuse my language. Sorry about the F-bomb. Our defense is amazing. They played absolutely wonderful, except for the last 2 Jets drives.
Well, no, you can't say
If Baker is not rookie of the year, he got stolen. Deontay Baker is probably the best rookie position I've ever seen play his position. And the numbers, except for interceptions, whatever, the numbers prove it. I believe he has better numbers than almost anybody at that position. I believe yards per catch or whatever they call it. Thibodeau came out and shut up, a lot of the haters. He played absolutely amazing. Now, here are some of the big mistakes, and Dable has to start taking some of this criticism and big time. I know Tyrod got hurt and we didn't pass the ball until the overtime. I mean, that is absolutely stupid. The Jets knew what we were doing every single play. You're handing it off every single play. And then on 4th and 1, Gano already missed. We're up by 3. You take time, get the first down. Game's over. And that was stupid. And then lastly, what I saw at the game, and John Paul, you weren't even there when it happened. You came when overtime started. The game was over. The refs blew this one again. And Boomer Esiason called it on WFAN, and he said it on WFAN. The umpire did not set the ball. The center set the ball. That is an illegal play. The game was over.
no offense though. No offense.
Rules. I'm sorry. Rules are rules.
I hear.
Rules
Okay,
are rules.
yeah, rules get broken all the time, especially when there's holds that weren't called and a lot of pass interferences that weren't called. Shit like that didn't go wrong. A lot of things like that went wrong.
The ref
Okay,
not setting the ball. The ref not setting the ball.
Hold on. Now, I'm going to take you back to last season when the Cowboys were playing the 49ers in a playoff game, and the referee took his dairy-ass time putting the ball down when Dak Prescott probably could have had his chance at one more shot down the field. It's the same thing.
He would have thrown an interception anyway.
It doesn't matter. It's the same thing.
No, it's not the same thing.
So you're telling me I got to wait on a referee to put the ball down?
Yes, the ref has to set the ball. Those are the rules of the game.
They're old.
It's an illegal play.
But that is the rule. That is the rule of the game, though. The ref's got to set the ball.
But to top it off, the Jets were favored by 3.5. They won by 3. So Vegas, way to go again, baby. Way to go again, Vegas. Way to go again, Vegas.
Jets were favored by 2.5.
3.5.
2.5. Look at the line again.
No,
I bet on the game. They were favored by 2.
3.5. But once again, refs, thank you so much.
I gotta give it to your brother Tony on that one. That the refs put the ball down. The refs put that jump ball. I gotta give it to your brother Tony. It's the refs' job to do the ball. If you watch the Buffalo Miami game last year, why did Buffalo lose? Because they didn't get the ball to the ref in time to get that ball to clock and to get a field goal. It's the ref's job, not the center's job. He's supposed to give the ball to the ref. The ref's gonna bring the ball where it's supposed to be.
And like I said, if I'm the only one saying it, it'd be a different story.
I agree with you.
A former New York Jet, Boomer Esiason, said it on the radio that it was an illegal play and the ref never set the ball. And I said it when we were at the restaurant. The ref didn't set the ball. And they looked at me like I was nuts.
Honestly, I was watching the game at the house while I was trying to get there. I didn't see any of the such. I'm not going to lie to you. I wasn't paying attention. I saw him throw that 30-yard bomb down the field, and the guy was counting down 10, 9, 8. That's all I was paying attention to. And I was sitting there going, they're not going to be able to spike the ball on time.
That's because the ref didn't place the ball.
Okay, but if it was that much of an illegal play, right, why wasn't anything called?
Because when have they ever overturned games after the game is over? They never do.
Yeah, but the game went into overtime, Tony. That was the kick before overtime.
Refs will never take accountability until the game is over.
Okay, but refs screw everybody this year, Tony. This isn't something new.
Listen, I'm just stating facts.
Okay.
No, you're not stating facts because it's happened before. So you can state facts all you want, but this has happened before. It's happened 3 different times that I can recall.
Listen, I'm just saying what happened. And the ref didn't set the ball.
I'm not putting my game into a ref's hands by throwing him the ball and his old ass wobbling over there to try.
But that's the procedure, though.
Yeah,
you give the ref the ball. That is the rule game, Tony. Japo, come on. How many football games did you watch? How many football games you saw the centers, the one with the ball? You got to give it to the ref to put it down.
Now, do you pay attention to every snap of every game?
Yes, I do. I watch it. Yes,
that probably happens more on one occasions. I could put money on.
I seen games that ended because of that. Because the ball got too late to the ref. Game over. They couldn't clock it in time.
That's all right. It is what it is. It's a loss.
Let's go to David. David, what do you got to say, buddy, about the game?
I'm starting not to like Daboll more and more, I guess. Like Tony said, I don't understand how you don't throw the ball. You're a quarterback in the NFL. I don't care if you're first, second, third, fourth string pitch. I don't care. You're going to have to play in the NFL. You're going to throw a football.
Not to cut you off, David. DeVito is a gunslinger since high school.
Yeah, no, he's a Jersey kid. Yep.
Yeah, he's been a gunslinger since high school. When he was going to high school at Don Bosco. Yeah, Don Bosco. Yeah, and when he was playing in Illinois, he was throwing the ball all over the field.
He was good at Syracuse, too.
Yeah. So
But not saying that he's not a gunslinger, but he did throw the ball 4 times and he only completed 1 pass.
He threw it to Barkley every play.
But what else is in David? What else is there you don't like?
I mean, I just don't understand, like, injuries happen in the NFL. You got to get ready for them. I mean, you should have known Tyrod has a history of getting hurt. You should have had a game plan of what might happen if he gets hurt. The defense showed up. I wasn't too surprised about that. Honestly, I give Zach Wilson credit, man. He literally played like crap all game, and he came at last drive. I did not think the Jets were going to get a field goal, and he drove him right back down the field in overtime. Sorry, I give credit where credit's due. Honestly, the Giants are really embarrassing though to me because they had that game won. Graham Gano, who's been automatic for pretty much his whole career, you have a bad game, fine, but I don't know. I just think the coaches just did a terrible job of the offense. Like after you found out Tyrod's hurt, you got to put a game plan together on the sidelines and throw screen passes. You can't throw a screen pass. You can't throw a screen pass to Barkley or one of your wide receivers. You can't do a trick play. Like you literally have nothing but just hand the ball off or on a toss or inside zone to Barkley. I don't know. Dayball is starting to really piss me off now. And honestly, I wish the Giants traded more players away so we get more draft picks because there's a lot of good players in this year's draft coming out. So I wish they actually would have traded more players.
Okay.
I definitely wouldn't have gotten rid of Saquon though.
Saquon, okay. Saquon, I could see, but like, dude, like Dexter Lawrence, we probably could have got a first round pick for him. Honestly, all kidding aside, we probably could have got a first round pick for him. Thibodeau, we got to keep. I mean, he's an absolute beast. But everybody else, like, I don't even know who Adoree Jackson we could trade. I wouldn't trade McKinnon either. I like him a lot.
Okay. It's funny that you mentioned Dable. I've been seeing a lot of social media and a lot of rumors saying that Dable seat is getting hot. It's getting hot and hotter. And I wouldn't be surprised.
The only reason it's like that, not to cut you off, the only reason it's like
Belichick.
that, if you look at the past three quarterbacks, the past three coaches that the Giants have had, they've all done great in their first season. And when they started to slide a little bit in their second season, even halfway through, they were fired. I don't think this is going to happen with Dayball. I don't think so. I think, listen, he's just got way too many connections because that's what you need to do to be a coach in the NFL. He's got way too many connections in the NFL that I think he'll fix it by next year.
They said if Belichick gets released from New England, the Giants are going to get him. That's what I heard. That's the only way Dable will lose his job.
I think every coach will lose his job for team to get Belichick. Every coach's job will be on the line at that point, except Andy Reid. Nobody will let Belichick out of their hands.
I also heard something about the Giants that that put me in a situation where, all right, if he was in that game, the Jets would have definitely lost, depending. You know what I mean? I don't know. The game could have went either. I don't know. But I heard that they did a physical on Daniel Jones on Friday.
Oh, he could have played, yeah.
And he's
ready to go.
They said he's not good to go. Nothing yet. Then they did another one Sunday morning.
He was good.
And he was good. And apparently Dayball didn't get the call until after the game. Yeah. Good to go. That's a coaching problem. You should know if your guy is good to go or not. Even have him suit up just to be – dude, have him back up Tyrod Taylor. You don't want him to play? At least have him back him up just in case something like this goes wrong.
I think I've seen it happen, actually, where they had the guy back it up when he's not fully healthy. I forgot what game or quarterback it was. They had him back him up. He was not fully 100%. And then his backup got hurt, and then he went in. That's happened before.
Whatever.
Let's see what happened, man. Let's see what happened.
It was a garbage all around, though. Altogether, it was a completely garbage.
I didn't put that headline. There was like 20 punts. That game.
24 punts.
Yeah, 24 punts. No, it was not all. All right, guys.
Tony, what was it in going into the fourth quarter before the Giants converted the first third down? What were the Giants like 0 for 13, and the Jets were like 0 for 11 on third down?
Yeah, the Jets were definitely
they couldn't
something
down crap.
Yeah,
they could not convert a third down worth of crap either team, and they both have to work on it. Listen, even as a Jets fan watching that game, it was despicable. It was a despicable win.
All right.
I mean, despicable win, but either way.
All right, guys, 100%. Let's stay in the NFC right now. Let's stay in the NFC East right now. The Commanders just traded, yesterday, correction, Chase Young to the 49ers for a third-round conditional pick. I believe the Commanders have a $90 million. They're gonna have the $90 million cap space. They have a lot of money. A lot of draft picks. Tony, I'm gonna go with you first. You think this is a smart trade by the Commanders?
So
Chase
I
Young
mean,
and
I know Chase Young wanted out. Um, but I mean, damn, they could have gotten a second rounder for him. A conditional third round pick is an absolute steal.
Well, they also traded Montez
Montez
Sweat.
Sweat, yeah.
Yeah.
what? Montez Sweat, my fault.
Dude, you got rid of your two best defensive players. I mean, they're definitely thinking, all right, we're going into the toilet bowl this year, and we just want to get some picks for this year. But I mean, they were still in it from what I saw. I mean, the NFC East is completely wide open.
When it's not wide open
Not
anymore.
just the NFC.
If
I'm
Washington
sorry,
would have won on Sunday,
the
they
NFC.
they wouldn't have traded anybody.
But I'm saying the NFC is still wide open.
Same with the Giants. I think if the Giants would have won, they wouldn't have traded Trent Williams. I mean, Leonard Williams. Sorry, Leonard Williams.
Okay. David, what do you think, buddy? Do you think that was a smart trade?
Dude, you realize Bosa's on one side and Chase Young's on the other side? Like
Don't
when
mind me as a Seattle fan.
Chase Young, when healthy, is an absolute animal. We saw what he did in his rookie and his second year before he got hurt. I'm telling you right now, the 49ers needed a pass rusher and they got it. So they have
49ers need a lot.
I think
but now they have depth.
I think they need new brains is what they need.
They have depth now at defensive line.
They play college ball together too. They play college ball together. Bosa and William Chase Young. They play Ohio State.
Yeah, Ohio State.
Ohio State together. They want the same D line. Okay.
So I don't know, man. I'm telling you.
Okay.
There's 49ers secondary is very suspect still.
Yeah.
Let's talk about 49ers secondary. 49ers lose 3 games in a row. Now I think it's officially time to panic. I think it's panic mode, right, guys? Can I be wrong? It's pretty little panic mode now.
No.
Because now you guys flip.
Nope.
Okay, let me finish, buddy. Let me finish. Okay. Third game in a row you lose. David, what do you think what's happening wrong with the Niners, man? Where do you think they're slipping? Where do they got to improve?
They're in a funk. I mean, listen, at the end of the day, they're only a game behind the Seahawks. So
yeah, I'm so happy they lost. So we're sitting right now top of the NFC West.
Yeah, until you guys play the 49ers and the 49ers stick it to you guys. So.
Okay. Yeah, and so thank you so much for your kind compliments. Okay. Tony, what do you think's wrong with the Niners, man? What do you think they're gonna need to make improvements on?
I don't know, man. I think they're kind of in their own heads.
Yep.
Should Purdy have been in that game? I don't know.
Nope. They should have started Sam Arnold.
Yeah.
Darnold, sorry.
I believe all the way up until Saturday night or Sunday morning, Sam Darnold was expected to play. So that's a big one. Yeah, and like my brother said, their secondary is real suspect. It's making you start second guessing a little bit, but bolstering that line with Chase Young is definitely big.
Okay, John Paul, what do you think, buddy?
Well, I think that their pass rush is definitely going to be better, 100% going to be better. But in saying that, if you have an offensive line like, let's just say, the Eagles, where they can hold off those two guys, and Jalen Hurts could chew you apart. I mean, honestly, this 49ers team is good, but again, their secondary is very, 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 very chippy. McCaffrey, of course, is still going to be McCaffrey. He's an excellent running back, but like their wide receivers dropped a lot of balls this past weekend. I mean, you don't see that with 49ers wide receivers, especially Ayuk. Like Ayuk's it seems like he wears stickum on his hands. You know what I mean? It's just he always catches the ball, and this weekend it seemed like he wasn't catching anything. I mean, that's basically it. I mean, listen, go ahead with the Seahawks, man. Let Geno do his thing, even though he couldn't do that when he was in New York.
He couldn't keep the time in New York.
Yeah. It's funny. Let's see, man. Geno, I don't think you're the guy, man. I really think Seattle should draft the quarterback. But that's my personal opinion. All right. Niners, you got to make a lot of improvements. I don't know what y'all doing over there. 3 games in a row to losing is not good. Especially when Seattle's picking up their game. Seattle does have a tough matchup this week, and you wouldn't want them to lose, but it's going to be neck to neck this year. Everything's going to be a little competition. Hopefully Geno can keep his head in the game. right, guys. I know week after week we talk about the same problem. We talk about it every week. We mentioned it with the Jets game that Tony did. Steelers wide receiver Deontay Johnson rips the officials after law saying the refs cost him lost the Jaguars. I know every week we're saying about the Buffalo Bills. If you watch Thursday Night Football, Buffalo Bills, I don't know where the refs were. The guys were pass interference all game on Godwin, no flags. Same thing happening the week before. They cost the win against for the Giants when the Giants played Buffalo, right? It was the Jets that played the
Buffalo.
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 Yeah, Giants, same thing. Refs were blind. I don't know where they were. What can
Same
the
thing.
NFL?
Versus Kansas City, same thing.
That's what Kansas City. I forgot that. What can the league do now to make these refs hold accountable? Because now it's now before we were saying okay, but now it's costing wins every week now, and it's a big problem. David, what do you think the league got to do something to solve this issue that we're seeing now?
I think inside 2 minutes, even penalties, they should be able to look at. They should be able to look at like inside 2 minutes, instant replay. Listen, that the fact that they missed that Waller pass interference when everybody on TV was like, "What is going on?" They should be able to review stuff like that. I mean, I'm not some. I hate instant replay, but because half the time they miss it anyway. But for penalties like that inside 2 minutes, they should definitely do that. That's just my personal opinion.
Okay.
The refs stink though this year. I agree.
I mean, if you see in the Eagles game, you saw the Eagles Commanders game. That was not even a catch. The guy ref said it's a catch. I'm like, what?
Did you see the Eagles Dolphins game? The Dolphins defensive line were getting held every single play. They were getting hugged.
Yep, 100%. Tony, what do you think, buddy? What do you think a solution could be? Because I know we talk about it every week. Every week we talk about the same problem. It's worse than the years before. I think, in my opinion, guys.
So John Paul mentioned something a couple weeks ago that these guys are part timers. There's no full timers. So I think you have to make this a full time gig for these refs. They should be attending practices. They should be, I think each team should have their own set of refs.
They should watch film. That's what they should do.
Watch film. I also think that maybe they can learn something from soccer, and there be a VAR also. Where if like Mike Pereira, who's watching these games, or whoever the hell it is, says, "Hey, that was a penalty. I saw it. You guys didn't call it." Ring down to the ref and say, "Hey, go to the TV and go watch that, and change the play." Is it going to add a couple more minutes to the game? Yeah, but I think it's going to make the game fair. Now, getting back to the NFL being rigged, I fully believe it is, and Vegas is making a lot of money. So let's go to the Rams game this past week. The game's over. Why the hell are they kicking a field goal with no time left? Why not go for the touchdown? Why? Because of the spread.
Yep.
Yeah.
So, I mean, NFL, it is looking absolutely terrible. And, I don't want to start saying boycott, but Jesus, it is looking bad. It is looking absolutely terrible.
Okay. John Paul, what do you think, buddy?
I agree. Like I said, like my brother said, I said a couple weeks ago, I think they should be paid. It should be a full-time gig, and they should have these guys doing all that stuff. Like David said, watching tape and going to practices and looking at film, going, "Damn, I really missed that call. I got to pay more attention." Or what you can do is maybe get another 2 or 3 referees out there. Even though there's referees all over the place, another couple eyes ain't gonna hurt. You know what I mean? What one sideline referee doesn't see, maybe the other sideline referee sees. Goes, "Hey, I saw it. I saw the hold." Or oh man, that wasn't pass interference. You're good, dude. You know what I mean? It wasn't catchable. Things like that. Me personally, I think if you start to stop the game, like my brother's saying, yeah, it adds a couple minutes and maybe it changes the way of the game. But at the end of the day, is it really gonna change a lot? I mean, it's just the way they are. But I mean, again, I just think they should be paid and worked on that way. 2 seconds.
Okay.
I mean, if it's changing the outcome of the games, because they're never going to come back and say, "Hey, you know what? We screwed up. The the victory goes to this team. They're never going to do that. I mean, something's have to change. Something.
Okay. Let's see what happens, man. Let's see what happens.
It's going to be soon enough to do that robot stuff like the MLB's doing, where those robots look and whatever they see, they're just going to throw a flag. It's just the way it is.
Hopefully they can get it right at this point because this is annoying now, man. And I remember, I don't know, the year after the Saints had the refs the whole ref scandal with the Rams game, they had a whole flag. You could throw a pass interference flag where he thought it's the coach. They got rid of the year after, which I thought was stupid. They should have kept that whole flag and give the coach a chance to throw the flag if he thinks this guy was held. But let's see what happens there, guys. All right, before we wrap it up and go to our weekly picks, let's go to the Raiders real quick, man. Raiders fired their coach last night late. Josh McDaniels is gone, and the GM is gone. If you think a team is going to rebuild, they would have traded all their guys, but they did not trade their guys. Josh Jacobs still there. Devontae Adams still there. Do you guys think this is a coach can at least take them to the wild card spot, like the year when they got rid of John Gruden that year?
Well, their coach is Antonio Pierce, and at least for now, he's interim. Antonio Pierce is a very smart, and former Giant, very smart individual when it comes to football. So he knows what he's doing. I'd like to see how he deals with the team, but this just goes to show you, honestly, how many of Bill Belichick's assistant coaches have succeeded in this league?
Only one. No, none actually. None. No, none.
One had a decent season, but other than that, zero. Not one of his coaches has done good at all. Not one. Like, they think that he was like the Bill Parcells of the 90s, where when Bill Parcells was on the Jets for the Giants, all those coaches that came out of the Jets or the Giants went on to have phenomenal careers. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Apparently, it's not like that. Josh McDaniels is probably going to go back to the Patriots and be their offensive coordinator all over again.
Okay. David, what do you think, buddy?
I mean, I don't really care for the Raiders, to be honest with you. I'm just surprised they didn't trade Devontae because they probably could have got something good for him.
Okay. 20?
You know what, man? This might be stupid, but in actuality, the Raiders have a damn good stacked team. Maybe they're saying to themselves, not this year, but next year, we're going all in. And we're just going to keep what we have because we know it's good. For some reason, it just didn't come together.
I think it'll be stupid for a rebuild. They got what they had need. They just need to get the right direction. They just need the right direction. Little proper direction. The quarterback needs to be changed. Quarterback maybe, yeah. But everything else, I'll keep it. I don't know why we rebuilt that.
I think the Giants and the Jets are both next year going to wind up getting, if not one, two big names on their team. Because from what I read today on the sportscast that I watch before I work, apparently Brian Daboll and the guy from the Jets, Douglas, were both in contact with Tampa Bay and Vegas. Both of them were talking to Mike Evans and Devontae Adams. And they said, sorry, fellas, not at this time.
Listen, the only reason why it works out for them is they actually have the same mother, different last names.
Okay.
They look exactly alike.
Okay.
It's funny. They look exactly alike.
Okay,
Douglas and Dable.
They do a little bit. They look
alike.
I get. All right, guys, you got to bug them. All right, guys, let's do. Now it's that time. How do we do on our picks last week, Tony?
Definitely big bounce back. Big bounce back from the week prior. David, winner, chicken dinner. 13, baby. Way to go. You had 3 losses. Way to go. John Paul followed right behind the 12 wins. And me and Umir followed behind at 9, which once again, all of us above 500. I think that was a really good week compared to the week prior. Big time.
Okay.
Yep.
That's definitely after John Paul's 1-win week. I get.
Umir, how many times have you been in the top 3?
I never had a 1 week. I never had a 1 win week. I never had a 1-win week. Okay,
But
pal?
hold on,
I
hold
never
on.
had a
Shorty,
1-win. Yeah,
Shorty,
that did not matter. You can say whatever you want. I never did that bad ever in my show's history.
ever?
Ever
I'm
in
sorry.
my show.
Did you
Never
have
had a
a
1-win week.
once?
I never had a 1-win week. 1 win. Not if the Eagles
You had
lost.
a
You would have
4-win
0.
week.
You would have
3
donut. If the Eagles would have lost, you would have 0. If the Eagles would have lost, then I would be laughing all day. All right, let's go, Tony. You ready?
So hold on. With all due respect, this has been an absolutely crazy football season.
100% without doubt. 100% without doubt. Without a doubt. All right, Tony, we got the Tennessee Titans versus the Steelers. Here we go, buddy. Will Levis had a 4-touchdown game. Will he be able to do it again?
Ugh. I'm going Pittsburgh.
You know Pickett's not playing, right?
Never mind. I'm going Tennessee.
Why you have to tell him that? Why you have to tell him that?
I'm also going Tennessee.
Tennessee.
Tennessee. Next up, we got a game in Germany, the home of the sausages. The Germany sausages. We got the Miami Dolphins versus the Kansas City Chiefs.
What did you say?
He
Germany's
wants
not home to the
The home of the
sausages.
hot dog?
No, what are they known for? Are they known for the sausages?
What?
Oh, that's
You're
no.
known for sausages in your mouth. Just they're
All right,
known
guys.
for beer.
They're known for beer.
Germany's known for beer.
Yep.
All right. We got Miami Dolphins versus the Kansas City Chiefs.
Wow.
Ooh, good game. Good game.
And
And
Germany.
that's literally a neutral field.
Is Kansas City gonna lose 2 in a row? I don't see it. Kansas City.
Umir, you go now. Let's hear your pick.
I'm reading the stats right now. See what Chiefs get too bad. They got
Who?
too bad. Chiefs get 2 bad injury updates right before the game.
As you would say, come on, man, pick a pick.
I'll have to go with Miami. Miami. I have to go. I know. You got Jalen Ramsey, Tyreek Hill going against his former team for the first time, I believe.
Yeah, but I don't know, man.
The Miami Dolphins do bad against good teams too, though. That's the thing with them.
Exactly. John Paul, who you taking?
See, I don't see them letting Mahomes lose twice, so I think I'm going to have to go KC.
I'm going KC too. That's what I was going to say.
Oh.
I'm gonna jump in the ship. I'm going Kansas City as well. I changed my pick. I don't see that either. Kansas City as well.
We got Eddie Mush.
Next up, we got the Vikings versus the Falcons. Vikings, they lost Kirk Cousins to Achilles injury.
How is the quarterback? Is he going to start though? Is he going to start?
No, Josh Dobbs isn't playing. He's not playing.
He's not. Ugh.
I'm gonna go Atlanta.
They said the rookie from BYU, Hall, whatever, is going to start.
I'm gonna go with Atlanta.
You know what? I'm still going to go Minnesota.
Where's the game at? Does anybody know?
Atlanta.
They played like shit last week, Atlanta.
I mean, I don't see the Vikings winning the game, but they better off tanking it because
I'm going Atlanta. I'm going Atlanta just because they played like crap last week.
When you do that, the opposing team ends up winning. You know that, right?
I want to go Minnesota. Yeah, I'm going to go Minnesota.
Okay. Next up, we got the Chicago Bears versus the New Orleans Saints.
New Orleans.
Next up, we got the Rams versus the Packers.
What a crap game.
Oh, buddy.
I'm going to go Rams.
And this is where?
And Green Bay.
Oh, wow.
Oh, they're playing at Lambeau. It's going to be cold. I'm taking Green Bay. Give me Green Bay, please.
I'm going to go. You do know Matthew Stafford has many years experience of playing in that stadium, right? You think the cold's going to affect him?
I don't care.
He's one of 60 players.
I'm going to go with the Rams.
I'm going with Packers. I think they're going to stop their losing streak.
Okay. Next up, we got the Commanders playing the Patriots.
Washington.
This is a toilet bowl game.
Seriously, this is worse than the Jets and Giants game.
I'm going Washington.
Would the Commanders be tanking it now? That's what I don't get.
What are they tanking for?
They want Caleb Williams. Who was it? Commanders and Patriots? Tony, you took Washington?
Yeah.
Tony, you took them too?
I took Washington, yeah.
Yeah. John Paul.
I'm taking Washington too.
I'm taking Patriots.
Yeah, I'm gonna go New England here.
Okay. Next up, we got Seattle playing Baltimore Ravens in Baltimore.
This is a good game.
Wait,
Oh,
who's
buddy.
it? Seattle versus who? Baltimore?
Yeah.
Yeah, in
I'm
Baltimore.
taking I'm taking Baltimore.
Yeah, I'm gonna take Baltimore as well.
They're
I'm gonna
due
take
for a
a page.
loss.
I'm gonna take a page out of David's book. I'm not gonna move from my team. I'm gonna take Baltimore as well.
Seattle won, I think, what, 3-4 in a row now?
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
Seattle's due.
Yeah, I think Seattle's due. It's not because they're bad. I just think they're due for a loss.
Yeah, I'm gonna go Baltimore also.
Yep. Next up, we got the Buccaneers versus the Texans. This game could go either way.
Houston kept it real close last week.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's a winless freaking Panthers team.
Carolina.
And I won that game.
I'm taking Tampa. I can't see Tampa losing again.
Yeah, I'm gonna go Tampa too. I'm going Tampa.
They played hard last week. I don't give it Tampa.
Yeah, I'm gonna go Tampa.
I'm gonna go Tampa too.
Every week you take the Texans, and all of a sudden you're taking Tampa.
Because they lost to Carolina. I'm not that stupid. You lost to Carolina, winless team. Come on, man. Next up, we got the Cardinals versus the Browns, and I believe Kyle Murray's coming back for this game. Kyle Murray should be back to it up for this game.
Browns. I'm taking the Browns.
Cleveland.
Yeah, Cleveland, 100%.
With Deshaun Watson's returning as well.
Browns.
Okay,
Browns.
I'm gonna go Browns as well. Taking the Browns.
You were pushing hard for the Cardinals.
Yeah, you've been pushing Cardinals hard all year. Now you're taking them. Now that they're starting quarterback, and
Because Deshaun Watson's back, that's why.
he
Next up,
stinks.
you got the Colts versus the Panthers.
Indy.
I don't know, man. Carolina. Oof.
They're playing Carolina, right?
Indy.
It's in Indy.
No, it's in Carolina. Sweet Carolina. Don't sing the rest of the lyrics, please.
Don't do
Oh,
that.
you're lucky because I have an F bomb that goes with the second part of that one.
I know that. I'm gonna go with Indiana. I'm going with Indiana.
Indiana. That's a new
Yeah.
team in the NFL. Okay.
Indianapolis. Shut up, jackass.
He can't
Sorry
say the
for
whole
the language.
word that he said Indianapolis.
All right, John Paul David, who you guys taking?
I'm
Let's
gonna
go.
take
We
the
don't
Colts.
got.
I'm gonna take the Colts too. I just feel like they
Go Colts as well.
Yeah.
Okay. Next up, we got a good game. This is in Las Vegas Raiders. They're playing against a former Giant that's gonna be leading his troops, the Raiders, for his first NFL game ever coaching. We got the Raiders versus the Giants. There is what's his name? Wallace playing again? Waller? What's the guy's name?
Who cares?
He's not playing.
William Wallace?
No, not Williams. Wallace. Yeah, not that dude. Derek, what's his name is?
Darren Waller.
Yeah, that dude.
No, Waller's
Right.
out.
He's
Yeah.
out.
Okay.
Not-
So I'm gonna go with the Las Vegas Raiders. I think they're gonna win this game.
I'm going Raiders
gotta-
too because I can't stand the Giants right now, so I'm taking the Raiders too.
Yeah, Giants better off tanking at this point. No offense, guys.
They're definitely not tanking because they would have played like crap last week, but I'm still taking the.
I,
I mean,
I,
yeah,
bet
they- yeah,
against
they-
I saw
Yeah, they
Las
played like
Vegas.
crap last week.
I saw Las Vegas play like complete ass against Detroit. I'm going with the Giants.
Okay.
Yeah, I think our defense has stepped it up big time. I'm going New York Giants.
Oh wow, another week we're gonna have the Monica brothers versus the David and Umair. Let's see who wins.
Yeah, we're gonna lose. Thank you.
Next up, we got the
Big
Eagles.
game. Big game.
Eagles playing versus the Cowboys in Philly.
Two teams I can't freaking stand. I don't even care who wins. I don't even care who wins this game. I don't even want to pick
Listen,
it.
the Eagles are going to win this game, unfortunately, but I hope Dak and Hurt both get hurt. Just,
I'm taking
Make me
I'm actually
happy.
taking the Cowboys. I'm taking the Cowboys. I think the Eagles are due for another loss.
I'm going with Philly. I'm
going Cowboys. I think they're gonna come ready to play.
What time is this game? Is this a 4:00 game?
No, it's
Yeah.
a night game. Oh, it's not
It's a
the 8
4
o'clock
o'clock
game? Oh,
No,
wow.
there's another bigger matchup with the night game. There's a big Sunday football matchup game that they got.
Oh, the Bills, right?
Yes.
it's not that big of a game.
Okay, relax, Goldilocks.
All right, I'm
Goldilocks.
What?
gonna take Philly.
Philly.
Wow, I'm
Well,
the
you
lone
think
cowboy.
Philly? Wow. You're gonna be sleeping on the couch tonight. You're never gonna be sleeping on the couch this weekend.
Well, me, who are you taking?
He
I'm
took
thinking
Eagles
Philly.
too.
I'm thinking Philly. Anna, you're definitely gonna have to sleep on the couch with the rest of your in-laws. But now you're all sleeping on the couch.
Let's go, T-Poop. Who's next?
Tony, you did it?
Yeah, he took the Eagles.
All right. Sunday night football. Bengals versus the Bills. This was a game last year which ended very tragically. Actually had a tragic part of the game, but it ended up pretty well with DeMar Hamlin got outlasted in the game.
Ugh.
Now playing against Sunday night on the same field, which scares me because you never know what the same field with injury-wise. Tony,
I'm
That's
taking-
something before we end the show. We have to talk about 2 minutes of.
okay.
I'm
taking Bills too.
I'm thinking Buffalo Wells.
John Paul, you said Bills?
I'm taking the Bengals.
I'm taking the Bills.
I think the Bengals are playing really hot right now. Their receivers are kicking ass.
What do they got? 3 straight wins, right?
Yeah.
I'm jumping ship. I'm taking the Bengals as well.
No, Tony, you wrote it down.
Hey,
Right?
I'm taking the Bengals. I'm jumping
No,
ship.
he took the Bengals.
I'm taking the
No,
Bengals.
he took the Bills.
I'm taking the Bengals.
I'm going Cincy also. Stupidly, I'm going Cincy. I feel like I should go with the Bills, but
It's that game's literally a pick'em game. I think either team could win.
I actually think
that one.
game this week.
What?
all right. So Monday.
Chargers versus the Jets. Monday
Chargers.
Night Football.
Chargers.
Does Zach Wilson have another
That
win
coach
in it?
will be gone if they don't.
You say
win.
it every week. He's not gone.
And they won. They won last week, didn't they?
Yeah, they did though. They did.
I think that actually, and I don't do this often. I think the Jets beat them at home.
Wow.
Yeah, because they're coming playing the cold weather.
Justin Herbert or Zach Wilson? That's what I think.
Justin Herbert hasn't done nothing
That's
but coach.
defense.
Yeah. No, you're right. You're right. You're right. But if I have
my
to
question, so we didn't get to see much of the Jets defense last week because the Giants handed off the ball every friggin' time, and Saquon.
Chargers got good receivers, man.
You didn't see the Jets
Saquon got
defense against Kansas City.
136 yards rushing.
You didn't see the Jets defense versus Kansas
He
City.
had 36 yards rushing because he ran the ball almost 40 times.
No, he
Yeah,
ran it
he ran
31.
Wilson.
First off,
Okay, he ran 40 times.
Let's go make
Yeah.
a pick. Come on, let's go. We don't go all day, buddy.
Brees Hall ran 12 times for 17 yards. So relax.
And he had a
Yeah, there was a catch.
still a touchdown.
This is hard. This is a hard matchup, man. This is a very hard matchup for me. I'm gonna have to go with the Chargers. I'm gonna go with the Chargers.
Oh God.
Tony, you
It's
go
gonna be
charge.
Tony's gonna go Jets.
It's the
Tony-
defense, man. It's the defense. I'm a defense guy.
Take the Jets.
Take the Chargers. They got the other Bosa brother who's not as good, but okay.
Yeah, I gotta go Chargers.
And they got Khalil
Khalil
Mack
Mack.
too.
Yeah.
I like being the underdog.
Yeah, you were the underdog 2 weeks ago. And you
Okay,
only had
guys.
one win.
So before we end the show, I'm gonna take over here for a second. So Umir sends me a text last night and says that our turf at MetLife Stadium sucks, and all
It
these
does.
players are getting hurt, and blah 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 blah.
It does.
So, is it just that NFL players have become such babies? Because when other sports play at MetLife Stadium, there's never any injuries. I mean, let's put it this way: soccer is always at MetLife Stadium.
I don't know, man.
Soccer is always.
How many other fields have that many injuries during the season compared to MetLife Stadium? What the numbers are?
Cincinnati.
No, Cincinnati's not that high compared to MetLife. MetLife is leads by landslide. Come on, look at the numbers. MetLife is the highest injury numbers. If I was a coach, if I was a coach for my football team, if there was going to MetLife.
So there were 6 injuries. There were 6 injuries on Sunday, and none of them had to do with the turf.
None of them.
None of them had to do
They
with the
were all
turf.
with somebody falling on the
MetLife Stadium is garbage.
So once again, players who run more and slide more in soccer never have injuries at MetLife Stadium.
But in football season, right? We're talking about NFL. Let's go to NFL now. Which stadium has the highest injuries? Oh yeah, that's MetLife Stadium with the highest numbers. MetLife Stadium has the highest numbers in injuries.
But Umir, you think if they change it to grass, it's going to be any better?
No, they're going to cry more.
Yes, it will.
They're
No,
gonna
they're
cry
not cry
more.
more. They will not cry more. They will not cry more.
Have you ever played on grass?
Yes, I have played on grass. I played football. I think you forgot. I played football with your cousin.
I'm not saying you didn't play
First off, your
football.
field was turf, Mo.
Grass.
No,
And your
the
field
year
was
before that.
turf.
We practiced on grass.
All right,
Lord.
we've played on grass. Grass is not soft like
Yeah.
turf. Turf is soft. Grass is not soft. When that field gets wet or it gets cold and it gets frozen, you're going to see a lot of guys getting knocked
Yeah,
out
it's like
by
cement.
that hitting their head on the ground.
Let's see what happens, guys. Let's see what
As
happens.
good as they think it's going to be.
Like-
Trust
Let's
me.
see what happens, guys. Let's see what happens, guys. That time is up, guys. We hope to see our viewers back next week. We'll be back again next week. All right, guys. See you back.